Hi, this is Shyam Sundar from 3rd BCAC. Today I am going to talk about my final year project, which is the bank customer churn prediction. So, the main problem with the banking industry is the customer leaving the bank, which is also called as the attrition rate. So, if a customer leaves the bank, it will directly affect the bank's profitability and revenue. So, every bank needs to keep its customer to grow its asset books or even the revenue. So to tackle this problem, bank must use some strategies to develop a new algorithm which might be able to predict which customer has the potential to leave the bank. So this is my project is all about. Based on this, we have used three main algorithms to give a solution to this. The first algorithm is the logistic regression, followed by decision tree, and finally followed by the random forest. So what if the bank finds the high potential leaving customer? After finding this, the banks can use some simple strategies to retain the customer as much as possible. That may include giving priority service to that particular customer or having a proper relationship with the customer. On a final note, if the bank can able to find the customer who has a high chances of leaving the bank may use some simple strategies to retain the customer, which might able to increase the revenue and profitability of the bank if they were able to retain the customer. So this is the introduction. Whenever the customer stops using the company's service, it becomes the main problem for the bank. So which gets the high churn rates for the bank, which might impact the profitability, reputation, and market share for the bank. And the key drivers of churn ratio is because of poor customer service or high fees or maybe the better offers from the competitors. And what is the role of machine learning in this? It allows banks to analyze historical data. Based on the historical data, it can able to create some patterns and able to predict the churn ratio with maximum high accuracy as possible. The higher the accuracy, the higher the chance of finding the target customer. And the objective is to develop a machine learning model to predict the customer churn ratio. And the secondary objectives is to understand the key factors contributing the customer churn, followed by the design data and retention strategies for the bank. And third, to improve the overall customer satisfaction and loyalty to prevent the customer leaving the bank. And here is the customer churn prediction process. First, we have to identify the churn factors and the high risk customer identification and model evaluation, followed by retention strategy design and customer satisfaction improvement. And this is the research workflow. First is the data collection. Here we have to get the data set from the customers. Here mostly the data set will be available from the Kaggle website. And second is the data pre-processing, which is the important factor. Here we have to clean the data. When cleaning the data, it removes the irrelevant data which might not be useful for this machine learning model. And third is the feature engineering. Here we pick only the most important data points for prediction because only these data points will be able to better align with the machine learning models. And fourth is the model training. Here we have to train the machine learning models to predict the churn ratio. And finally, the evaluation. It measures the model performance using metrics like accuracy and sensitivity. Here, accuracy means how well a model can able to identify customers who are likely to have a churn. Here, sensitivity means how well the model's ability to correctly identify actual churned customers. And here are the models used. First is the logistic regression, which gave an accuracy of 78.9%, and then followed by decision tree, which gave an accuracy of 79.20%. And finally, the random forest, which combines multiple decision trees for higher accuracy. It gave the highest accuracy. Random forest gave the high accuracy compared to these two models, which gave an accuracy of 86.53%. And here are the four important data points we have used after the feature engineering. And here is the analysis, the performance metrics, accuracy, which able to tell the overall model's performance, and sensitivity, it has the ability to identify the churners, which means the customers who have the potential to leave the bank. And finally, the specificity, it has the ability to identify the non-churners. And AUC, which is the discrimination between churned and the non-churned customers. And here are the results comparison. When we use logistic regression, we got 76% and decision tree 79%. and random forest around 85%. So here's the catch. When we are able to give high accuracy as possible, the sensitivity automatically reduces. Basically, it will be in a balanced state. If we increase the sensitivity level, the accuracy will automatically reduce and vice versa. So here we have a balanced result. We got an accuracy of 85% and we have got a sensitivity of 68.2%. And finally, the conclusion. Machine learning effectively predicts customer churn. Random forest is the best performing model. Banks can use these predictions to implement proactive retention strategies. And in future work, we can expand these datasets to improve the model accuracy and reliability. And here's the coding part. We have imported the dataset, which is a churn modeling.csv. First, we are importing the basic necessary libraries needed to run this coding. First is the label encoder, which converts categorical values into numerical values. And second is the train test split, which splits the data for testing and training separately. We are using matplotlib for the data visualization. First, in the import dataset, we are first reading the dataset, and then in dataset cleaning, we are checking the dataset information. Here we are checking the number of rows and columns or any missing values, etc. And then in geography, we are checking some unique data points. It shows the mean, maximum and minimum values. It also includes the standard deviation. So here we are removing the unimportant data like the customer ID, surname and the row number. And here we are changing the categorical values into numerical values. For example, male is equal to 1 and female we can give able to give and female we can able to give 0. Likewise, in geography we are giving numerical values to identify. Moving on, and here we are checking the data types after the encoding. Here exited is the dependent variable, which is the output, and remaining are independent values, which is the input. And then here comes the first model. We are importing the logistic regression model. Here we have used 70% data for training and 30% for testing the data. Here we are evaluating the model using accuracy, confusion matrix, classification report and plot confusion matrix. So here we got an accuracy of 78.90%. And then the decision tree. Here we are training the model and then we are making the predictions and finally evaluating the model. We have used accuracy, confusion matrix, classification report and plot confusion matrix. Here we got an accuracy of 79.20%. And then finally the random forest model. Training the model and then make predictions and finally evaluating the model. And here we are using the accuracy, confusion matrix, classification report and plot confusion matrix. Here we got an accuracy of 86.03%. So this is my project. Here we have compared three important machine learning models such as logistic regression, decision tree and random forest. Out of these all models, random forest gave the high accuracy, which is around 86%, and the sensitivity level of around 68.2%. By comparing these models, we can able to conclude that random forest balances the accuracy as high as possible and gives the balanced sensitivity levels. These models can be used in banks to predict the customer who has a higher chance of leaving the bank. Finally, thank you.